Hey guys, what is up? So, welcome back to I'm Right, You're Wrong. And I think we finally got it right. I am Blossom, and Yudoko will come on screen. She's still here though.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, so we have there's a lot going on during the day for us because we work and stuff. So, not that
We
other people
have
don't,
lives outside of YouTube.
but we're
Like, I know for some people that's like not a thing, but for the rest of us mere mortals, YouTube is a hobby
yeah.
after hours.
Yeah. So the reason we're here because and it's so fun too because we usually stream later on, like late in the day. But the reason why what brings us here today is because literally like hi Miss Stripes, literally what was it, 4 weeks, 5 weeks ago, there was we did a video about Dustin Dailey. Mind you, um it was about their house fire, and what happened was like we haven't done this YouTube channel in so long, so when we got back, I was like, I definitely want to talk about this. Like, this is what I want to talk about first. Hey, Sage. And so, anyways, long story short, karma, the topic of karma came up as we were going over Dustin or talking about Dustin, Dailey and Nick Snider, their home and the whole fire that happened. I guess they were like living in Gerard's home. Anyways, you know, there was a clip of me laughing and me saying that, oh my gosh, karma got them. And then we became like complete a-holes on the internet and scum and all of that stuff. Like, name like all the bad words. That's what we were called because we laughed. How could we
Including the
laugh?
racist ones.
Oh yeah, the racist ones too. Hi
Including
Squatchin,
the
hi
racist
Ann.
comments.
Yeah. So right. So it does make you question the type of audience they cultivate. But anyways, I will not get into that because lesson learned. Just I'm saying, makes you wonder. Um, but anyways, so now that we're here, so then what happened after that was after there was a clip of us on Twitter, and there was a clip of us like laughing or me laughing at their, which by the way, I pause in that clip and I specifically state why I'm laughing, but that always gets severely overlooked. Anyways, so after all that happened, then Paige Christie, she then tweeted out like she wanted us to come on her Twitch, and like I was like, hey, well, we have a podcast, so let's come over here. I mean, let's be smart about it too, just because no one knows us. You probably can still type our name into YouTube and it probably won't show up. I don't know. But either way, so we invited her on today, and I'm gonna now like send her the link because I was like worried about sending her the link before because like what ready send her the link, you know what I mean? So
Wait,
now I'm
how's
gonna
that
send,
petty?
huh?
How is it petty to send her the link?
Oh no, ready. I wasn't ready. Not petty.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It wasn't ready. So now we'll send her the link real quick. We'll invite her on. But Udoka, how's your day going?
It's crazy hectic. So
Why?
I am the queen of multitasking and juggling. So we'll
And guys,
see.
Udoka's getting married next month.
Oh my god, it's been months. Shit.
Yep.
Excuse my
What are you
French.
doing? Oh my gosh, Udoka, what are you doing?
I'm outside. Look, like I said, the queen of multitasking here.
Oh, got it. And like we already
Yeah,
know. Okay.
this month is
Well,
gonna be
just
crazy. Yeah.
so we just sent her a link, and hopefully she'll be on soon. But oh my gosh, Dave scared me. Dave scared me. I really thought he was going to come until 6:30. I don't know why, but I don't know. I got scared real quick. I thought it was his cat. But by the way, in the meantime, while we're waiting on Paige to come on real quick, story about Dave's cat. So Dave's cat is actually, a lot of people say really nice. However, I guess all cats are sneaky, but his cat, what? His cat just waits though. Like his cat is extra sneaky. His cat literally all he waits until our eyes, no, it's not lies. Our eyes interlock, and then he's doing the thing like he's not supposed to do. But it happens all the time. Like I have to be very aware. I'm like, okay, Dave, our eyes are looking at each other. Where's Ollie? So anyway, it's a whole thing, but yeah. Squatchin says Dave scares me sometimes too. I don't blame the Squatchin. But yes. Oh, purple Paul Prince says Ollie. No, Ollie is nice, but he's so sneaky. But yeah, overall, I would say that he's an okay cat. So an okay cat. Okay. So bad. But anyways, let me see if Paige responded. Okay, let me see. But anyways, I thought let's look at some comments here of the video that we said that Dustin and Nick, their karma. So let me look at that. Well, Dave, everyone loves Ollie. Ollie's a crowd favorite. Crowd favorite? Lord Ollie Kitten Face, first of his meow. That's too long. Just say Ollie. Just say Ollie. All
right. Girl, no one. What's a
can't hear you
there?
Oh,
are you really?
Okay.
And it's totally late because there's a Karen in there. Still dealing with her. Oh goodness. So anyway, that's why my camera's off.
All right, so I'm actually right now, guys, I'm going to the video of where we did the crime. I'm only laughing because I think this whole thing is stupid. Like I genuinely think this whole thing is stupid. But you know what? If I'm always open for an honest conversation, so why not have one? But I'm pulling up the comments here. Now I'm going to share my screen. While we're waiting for her to come on, we're just going to go through the comments of the video real quick. Okay. All right, so I actually pinned this. I pinned this comment of why do people keep saying they're laughing at their fire and pets dying when the people say what they laughed at. So I pinned this comment and like in the comment too because I literally because I knew people were going to think that I was laughing at furry animals passing away and them in their own homes. So that's why I paused the video. But all right. So this one says, oh, this is pretty long though. All right, let's read this one. They all live together and all paid the bills together. And the cats did belong to Nick and Dustin. Matter of fact, the one cat used to belong to Nick's mother who passed away. And if you must know, there's a typo. All they of the people who lived in the home that burned down still live together considering they are all close friends. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Also, the fact that you are laughing at a serious situation. Exclamation point. And yes, they all almost died because if Nick had not been up, they would have never caught the fire and made it out in time. Exclamation point. You guys are so disrespectful. That's not me. I heard Dave laughing. I heard Dave laughing. Stop! You can't because you're making me laugh, and now they're gonna think I'm laughing at the thing. That's no, but he's making me laugh. Okay, so guys, Dave is making you can't see him, but he's making me laugh. Okay, all right, okay. Let me go on. The fact that you can act this way and talk shit when you don't even know the whole situation! Exclamation point. You two need to do better! Exclamation point. This is sad and disappointing! Exclamation point. All right. And then this person wrote, maybe he's whatever, I don't know. But you're not going to grow following on straight up wrong information, though. Why are you guys even commenting when you clearly don't know even basic details of what actually happened? Well, because we were commenting on another channel reacting to the video. That's what we were commenting on. So, and it's in a longer stream. Let me see if I can find it. So this was the longer stream. Show you the stream. And it's going to be the stream with Dustin's face on it. This one. So it was this stream right here. It was an hour and 39 minutes long. So we were reacting to Tea Time, their whole reaction to the whole thing, because Tea Time, Dustin and Nick got into a Twitter beef fight on Twitter. And so we were just kind of reacting to that. And the reason why we were so late to the party and reacting to this is because we haven't been on this channel in a long time. So I was just like, when I want to come back, that's when I want to talk about this. So, all right. So we have Paige on and she's here. Let's bring her in.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
Hi. I'm all right.
Good.
Jason, let there be blood.
No, I'm not the blood sports type, unfortunately.
Welcome to I'm Right, You're Wrong.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So the reason why we asked for you to come on is because one, we're a smaller channel, so why not have you on? But two, also you did want to ask us questions about me laughing or us laughing at the whole Nick Snider and Dustin Dailey being in fire and all of that. And you said you wanted to challenge us with questions. So I'm all about having an honest conversation, answering questions and all that. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, what I do want to address is the situation that took place where you thought that I was trying to be mean or petty or whatever it is on social media. I was not trying to do that at all. As far as I was concerned, I didn't have any beef with you. I was alerted by my audience in a live stream that you were upset with me over a comment that I'd made some time ago.
Oh, wait, before this?
Yeah, before this, because they were like, oh, maybe she's upset with you because of this, because somebody had posted it into my stream, and it was something along the lines of you thinking that I'm devaluing your channel.
I'm assuming you're probably talking about maybe Def Noodles situation. Probably
No.
that. I
don't even
know.
It was to do with the Def Noodle situation. And when that whole situation took place, I think it was something to do with the moderation and stuff. And then you were upset. I'm trying to remember it, but I thought that maybe you might remember it. But if you're not remembering it, hopefully I just want to say that I have no beef from whatever it is that you may have taken.
Oh, I think it was something. Okay, yeah. I think it was something you said. It wasn't anything that I was obviously really upset about because I forgot about it already. But I think it was it was it was during the Def Noodles Twitter space thing. And I forgot exactly what happened, but you had made a comment about, this small channel with yada subscribers. But I can't really remember why I was mad about it. Yeah.
on the calling, right? So
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
what had happened was I was saying that just because somebody calls themselves a comedian doesn't necessarily mean that they're a comedian. They have to be somewhat actively practicing. And then I said, like, for me personally, I couldn't call myself a model because I'm an ex-model, right? I used to do that back in the day. I used to get paid for it back in the day, but I don't do that today, so I can't call myself that, right? And I was basically like correlating the two. And I was like, you wouldn't go out there and call yourself a YouTuber because you've got a job outside of YouTube, right? And I think you saw that as like me devaluing your channel. And basically, I was just trying to show you that like you wouldn't call yourself something if you're not actively practicing in that industry. So it wasn't to devalue your channel is basically what I'm trying to say. And if you took that from my words, I genuinely apologize because that was not what I was trying to say.
Okay, yeah. At the time when I was consistent, I'm not consistent anymore, so it doesn't actually, align anymore. But yeah, at the time I was consistent on YouTube, and I was like, I would go to work, or now I also work from home, but I just like, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. So I took a little offense, but it wasn't like anything huge.
Right. Okay. Because somebody had brought that up in my stream the other night, and I was just like, "Oh shit! I didn't even know this like upset you." And if it did, and I don't want to make you feel like that, if that makes any sense. So now that that's out of the way, back to your original question about Nick and Dustin and that whole stuff that took place, right? For me, I only watched a clip, and I did see you on Dead on Dave's stream. And in Dead on Dave's stream, you said like there was a longer video, and if I'd have just looked at the lives, I would have been able to see that. Totally my bad. I should have looked at the lives. I didn't see it in the description or in the channel description either. So in my head, I was just like, where the fuck am I supposed to find the whole clip? Because I knew it was a clip. I knew it was like of something bigger. I was like, where's the whole thing? But it was my fault. I didn't look in the video. So I looked in the video. I looked in the videos tab, but not the live tab. So completely my fault. I will definitely take the L on that. When it comes to Nick and Dustin, now I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't have a vested interest in, my friends, right? I love these people. I fuck with them the long way. They've been with me through tough, through thick and through thin, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, I'm just advocating for the sake of advocating. These are my friends, and these are people that I do care about. So when I saw the video that was posted, it had me feeling some kind of way, only because I know how this has devastated their lives. I know that these cats belong to Nick's mum, who recently, at that point, had not long passed away. And that was the only remaining thing he had of her. And they died in that fire. So to sit there and like see both of you, not just in the clip shown, but after I did eventually watch a whole video, various points throughout that stream, laugh at what was going on. Even when you were presenting footage of the actual fire, the devastation that took place, y'all laughed again. So I'm just trying to understand what's funny, because I'm not seeing what's funny.
Well, what was funny was he had
hold on. Can Petty Paige address the tweets that she sent to initiate this conversation first? And also explain what is your actual goal for this conversation so we can all be on the same page.
Well, in terms of my initial tweets, it was more so just me asking, do you want to talk? I'm not understanding what tweets you're referencing.
The tweets that, you can tell her the last one. The tweets that you tweeted, Paige.
Okay, so no, okay, I'll answer the question, but yeah, so basically, I'm just pulling it up real quick. There we go. So the reason why I didn't think it was a friendly ask is because you talked about the Ukrainian flag, and you like talked about the war to this. And so I was like, okay, this is not a friendly this is not a friendly ask. And then I was like, I don't know, because you could have just asked me in the DMs. So I think that's what Udoka is referring to, because you said, how can you have a Ukrainian flag in your name and on a tandem laugh at animals dying and people losing their homes and belongings in a traumatic fire? It's wild to me. You used to be the better voice of reason. You had nuance and empathy. Now look at you. It's a shame. And then there was another one. No. This one. And then Nick goes, because we do so much worse to people. And then you respond, yeah, I don't think there's an instance where you have done anything quite as deplorable as this. And even if you did, how can you reconcile laughing at tragedy and the death of animals as a payback for whatever twisted thing they think is still just mental illness? So basically, I just read that because I didn't feel like, oh, okay, she wants me on her Twitch. Well, I think I'm gonna get bombarded and like blasted, and like I felt like, oh, maybe this isn't. I felt like you should have just DM'd me. So I think that was the point.
Okay.
You
So I've confirmed like with a bunch of different content creators, because this whole like debate space is very new to me.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I've seen and from the debates is that I've partaken in or chosen not to partake in, usually the person calls out the other individual publicly for that debate. And then it kind of gets both fan bases getting excited for what might take place and all that kind of stuff, and then draws hype and attention. It's part of the promotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not in any way intend for me calling you out publicly to upset you or offend you. But as far as I'm concerned, like the etiquette for debating online tends to be you just call out the other individual and ask them about, you know, the situation and if they'd like to talk about it. So I didn't understand why you got upset about that. However, looking at those messages, I can definitely understand. And when I was talking about the Ukrainian flag, just to like make this abundantly clear, what's taking place in Ukraine is absolutely deplorable and horrible. UK as a country, we've been funding, helping out with what's going on over in Ukraine. People are having their lives devastated. People are dying. Pets are dying. It's a travesty, right? Mm-hmm. So in that same vein, I couldn't understand how somebody who could have empathy towards a nation that's going through, you know, literal displacement in front of our eyes, how you would not see any kind of empathy towards an individual within your own country that is also going through not only devastation, but also a level of displacement.
Well, because my argument here is that, like, because it's rather like,
how bad of a person does somebody have to be, though? That's like,
well, it's whether
internet shit doesn't equate for me. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
No, it's whether you think like people think I'm a piece of shit or not, because I can sit here and say, oh, what I was laughing at, but it doesn't matter because people would be like, oh, well, you still laughed anyway. So it's really because my stance is no, I wasn't actually laughing at their homes being burnt down and stuff, because I had watched this video prior and then I had watched it again on live stream, and I was laughing at the fact that he had his iPad right next to him, ready, prepared to bring up Tea Time's tweet, and I was just like, and it was like that I gotcha moment, and that's what I was laughing at. I was like, this is not an I gotcha moment, or I felt like it wasn't an I gotcha moment. But that's really what I was laughing at. Dustin's like face with Tea Time getting so upset at the fact that, like, you're on social media, people are always going to talk shit about you. Why are you acting so surprised that that was their stance or their take on it? So that's what's really what I was laughing at.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily make it right? You know what I mean? Like there was people on social media who've told me various horrible things in, you know, a moment of tragedy. Even earlier today, there was someone who was saying like, how can you post about your child? Blah, 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 on social media, right? But even the human reaction is to react, right? Mm-hmm. So they were acting from a place of emotion directly after a tragedy has taken place.
Well, that's just an opinion, because to me it was like he had the iPad right there, ready, set to go, and there's always some type of, to a degree, some performance when filming and you know, kind of getting everything prepared and ready. But to me it was like, and I got you good, I got you good. And I remember watching it before, and that's what I was laughing at, that he felt that that was the huge I got you moment that it definitely wasn't. And so that's really why I was laughing. Now it's up to people if they believe me or not, that's fine, but it doesn't change the fact that even in my video I stated like how I found out. It doesn't change the fact that even what karma is, if karma is, oh, you deserve this because you did this to someone else, even if that's what karma is, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my gosh, did karma get them? And we even make an example with Wendy Williams and her money being taken from her. Like, I think Wendy Williams is a horrible person, awful person. But no, I did not want Wells Fargo to hold her money. No. But at the same time, it's like, I'm like, oh shit, did karma get her? And that was the same reaction that I had now. And I mean, it's like not going to change. I feel like, you know, a lot of people want me to like make up this story or something. Like, no, this is how I found out. This is how I reacted. And it's really up to whether people
do you
believe
not
me or
think that
not.
like the Wendy Williams reference was like a false equivalency? We're talking about an already extremely rich individual not being able to get their many riches versus somebody losing a house and all their belongings and cats dying. Do you not think it's kind of unfair to compare those?
No, because I'm fixated on the actual karma itself. Like, we were like, oh my gosh, did karma get her? And it's sad that she lost. Like, yeah, she is an already rich person, but let's be fair too. Like, I mean, she doesn't, Wells Fargo held her money. Now, I'm not saying, I think it's weird to compare like one tragedy from another. We were just talking about as far as the karma situation involvement in that.
Okay, when it comes down to the video and the laughing and stuff, because I saw somebody who's just said, you know, that you made it clear that you didn't laugh at what was taking place with them. Do you know how many times you did laugh throughout the stream in the segment that you were talking about Dustin Dailey?
But I didn't count.
Okay, so you laughed a total of like 8 times.
Okay.
And then you basically qualified those 2 times.
Why can you get to the point? Everybody knows that we laughed. Get to the point.
So what's the point?
I don't know. You're on here.
Well, you asked me the question, so I'm answering the question.
With another question?
Well,
All right.
I was asked to come in here and ask you guys questions.
No, you asked to speak.
Take control of the stream or don't take control of the stream. What you're not going to do is just be rude and disrespectful to me when I'm literally obliging you by being here.
You wanted to talk to us. We didn't request. You wanted to talk to us.
Yes, but I'm here on your channel right now.
Okay. All right. So here's how.
I'm not here for like the abrasive "let's be a dick to people" thing. I'm not that kind of.
No, I'm not trying to do that blood sport
thing or like.
I'm just saying, get to the point because it's kind of ratings.
Okay, so then what is the objective here?
Okay.
That's what I asked you
to
earlier.
Explain what the objective was.
Yeah.
For us to have a conversation, we expressed that earlier, or were you not paying attention?
But what's your goal? Just to have a conversation, because this is a conversation. Is this your goal?
Well, the conversation was going swellingly until a few
moments. But you're asking
ago.
the same questions that everyone's been asking for the past 2 weeks, and everybody already got the answers too.
Yeah, via tweets and Dave's stream, and I'm talking to you guys one-on-one.
Okay, so to me, laughing 8 times, to me, that's like so irrelevant to me, but that's just me. I feel like, because to me, it's like, if I'm saying, oh, this is the reason why I'm laughing, well, then I laugh at that reason 8 times. Feel me? Like, to me, that's kind of irrelevant. And honestly, I will say this, like, I do feel bad that, you know, they were in a fire. They could have lost their homes and their furry animals. I even say that in the video, which everyone literally just severely decides to not mention or acknowledge. You know, I even started off the live stream with, this is such a tragedy, like, this was awful. Like, I literally, I mean, but Dustin sitting there and acting like Tea Time didn't have a right to have an opinion about something, acting like, oh my gosh, I got them this time. Like, that's what I was laughing at. I thought that was hilarious. You know what I mean? And I wish I didn't, but I'm not going to sit here and lie either. I thought it was funny that he had the iPad out and was ready to go. Yeah,
but you only qualified your laughs like twice. That's the point that I was making.
Are you saying that she needed to qualify it each of the 8 times?
Yeah, because I think that when you're watching a video of a fire and then you spontaneously start laughing, you should probably qualify that.
Well, but I don't remember.
She did.
Yeah, on 2 occasions out of the 8.
Right,
I've got some other timestamps for you.
Okay.
If you'd like.
Okay. So can we agree that we don't care about that? We don't care that you needed 8 times, since you only said it 2 times. I think a regular person can understand that when it's said twice, that's
Yeah,
what it is.
I'm willing to let that go.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Next.
So can I show you guys my screen on here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll add it.
Let me hold on. Right, okay.
Oh, hi, Nick is on. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe.
Okay. Can you guys see this here?
And also let us know when you apologize for that transphobic tweet, Nick.
Oh no, this is the wrong one. Hold on. Stop sharing. It's CEO cancels, right? Okay, sorry. Hold on. I'm completely new to Streamlabs, so bear with me one moment.
Okay, yeah, once you add, I saw that you added it. So once you add it there, I'll just add it onto my screen, onto the screen.
Share screen. Aha, this is the one. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, hold on, let me add it. Okay. Right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it, but it's not playing. Nothing's playing.
No, I haven't started playing. Sorry, I can't see the other screen. So I don't know.
Oh,
right, okay. So 25 minutes and 43 seconds. I've got here that you call Nick a hypocrite and then draw the comparison that he holds people accountable but doesn't take any accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Then you reference the time when Nick responded to you, holding him accountable over the besties with testes comment, and that you can't force an apology. So let's just take a quick look at that real quick. So that's 25:43. Let's go.
And Nick are on a whole nother level of hypocrisy. Because they, especially like both of them, but Nick really gets me. He's got to be the most like darkest, cruel, nastiest one out of all of them.
Really?
But for him, his whole entire existence on social media is holding people accountable. So he'll tell you that,
Right.
he doesn't hold people accountable, or he doesn't, tell people what to do, yada, yada, yada. But his whole entire existence, he'll use whatever defense excuse he wants to use. It's fine. Both of them will. But their whole entire existence on social media is holding people accountable. Their whole entire existence on Twitter is to hold people accountable and talking about shit, be having opinions on it. So it frustrates me when, so a while back, they had this wildfire. They had it torn down their home, their rental home, whatever. It was a big home. And, their furry animals passed away because of this. I mean, like, it was a whole sad, tragic thing. And when I saw this, I was just like walking in the house. And when I saw this, I thought, oh shit, karma got them. Now, when I thought that, I didn't want their furry animals to pass away. I didn't think, come up with this would be the thing I would have wanted to happen to anyone. That's not what I was saying. You know what I mean? I just thought, wow, something so horrible happened to them. It was their turn for karma. Now, am I saying like they deserved it? No, I just thought, oh shit. You know what I mean? Is this it? Is this the thing that got them?
Because it kind of reminds me of Wendy Williams. A lot of people are like, Wendy Williams is getting karma. Like, and nobody is happy about that. Like all the stuff that Wendy Williams is going through, no one is happy for it, but it's just kind of like, well, maybe that's karma. But we're still really sad to see her in that state.
Right. Like I am so sad. Like Wendy Williams worked hard for her money and she doesn't have it. That is so horrific to hear, but maybe karma got her. So it comes to my surprise when I see Tea Time. Like someone commented to Tea Time about the situation that happened to Dustin and Nick. And then they wrote something along the lines of, in the comment, I don't have the tweet up, but it was like, when something bad happens to someone, I'm paraphrasing, but They basically said, if something bad happens to someone that you don't like, just say it's unfortunate. That's all they said. That is all they said. When something bad happens to someone who you don't like, just say that's unfortunate.
Okay, so we haven't got to the bit yet, by the way. So at this point, you say, if somebody says something bad, then it's best to say it's unfortunate, right?
Mm-hmm.
The original quote it was that they actually said was, when something bad happens to somebody horrible, it's probably best to avoid saying, hey, they had it coming. Though that may be true, saying it only affords them a platform to play victim. Instead, say that's unfortunate will suffice. So, do you not think somewhat this tweet is foreshadowing what's taking place right now?
Well,
because we're at a situation now where people such as yourselves are saying that this is, or this could be karmatic justice for Dustin and Nick, when a simple "that's unfortunate" could have sufficed.
I mean, we do see the full quote of what they said later on in the stream, and we do correct ourselves, but no, I feel that here's how I feel about it. I feel like if some people think that that's okay, that they deserve that, I'm not going to sit there and try to change their mind. I'm sitting here trying to say that that's not what I said. But if people do think, oh, well, maybe we're not, even though it may be true, we say that's unfortunate. If some people want to say that, they have the right to say that. Like they have the right to say anything they want to say.
Yeah, but the question I was really asking was more so around the fact that that's unfortunate would have sufficed for both of you, instead of, alluding to the notion that it could possibly be some form of karmatic justice.
I mean, that's unfortunate. It's just, to me, that's karma or that's unfortunate. Like they're both, I felt like, I don't know. I felt like they both could have been the same answer. It's like, I don't feel like there's one that's like supposed to be more important than the other. So.
Okay. All righty then. Okay. Let's skip to the next one. So 28 minutes and 30 seconds. What have I got here? Best to say that it's unfortunate. We've just covered that one. Okay, so here we are at 30 minutes and 20 seconds. Bear with me. Here it is. 30 minutes and 20 seconds. Here we go. Okay, let's go. At 30 minutes, 20 seconds, I've got here that you state that Nick and Dustin make videos requesting apologies from others. And Nick and Dustin, but my thoughts is that Nick and Dustin request apologies from behalf of the community at large. Lashgate, when they were requesting an apology from Michaela Noguera, wasn't an apology to them personally, but to the audience. Jacqueline Hill's Lipstick Gate wasn't for them, it was for the community that they could have potentially harmed. Comparing personal interactions with the whole besties with testes comment is in no way comparable to influencers who actively choose to fuck over their communities. For instance, in fact, let's just play this clip.
That story about me and the celebrity, yada, yada, yada. And I wrote something along the lines of, well, maybe you should tell that story about how you should apologize for transphobic tweets. And his only response is that you can't force an apology. And he's absolutely correct. I mean, if he wanted a gold medal for stating facts, that's accurate. No, I can't. But it's so strange to me how you want to do the same. You want to force an apology out of anyone else, out of everybody else. But when it comes to you, nothing. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous to me. When it comes to him, it's always like they need to apologize. They need to hold themselves accountable. But, and maybe he doesn't say it exactly like that, but it just frustrates me that they can sit there on this pedestal. And yes, I say pedestal, even if they're sitting on the ground or on chairs, they're sitting on a pedestal and they can sit there and talk high and mighty. But when it comes their turn to basically talk about their wrongdoings, it's like, well, you can't force anything out of me. So I don't know. I thought that was really annoying to me.
So my question is, do you think that it's fair to compare a personal interaction between creators online versus, actively as a commentator seeking an apology from large creators who are financially bankrolling off the misfortune of their viewers?
What? Okay, so here's what I think. I think I want to say first that I think Nick and Dustin, even if they like literally said I'm not holding someone accountable, their whole entire existence online on social media is to hold people accountable. That's my opinion. Two, I want to state that I feel that I don't understand this. Oh, well, why whatever they say as a tweet is so different from karma. Like, hell no. They completely, Nick was completely disrespectful to Here for the Tea. And people were like, oh, tweets don't matter with real life. Yes, they do. She was a living, breathing person. Did not give him the time.
Yeah, can I also say that do I really think people are being disingenuous about the use of this word karma. If somebody makes fun of someone else's misfortune, right? And then something unfortunate happens to them, are y'all saying that we're the only people who use karma in that way? Because I've been hearing it that way my whole life. So when Blossom said it, that's very normal to me. And I don't know, I just think it's disingenuous to, maybe you personally don't use it in that way. Maybe you actually use it to mean the Buddhist karmic fate, whatever. But a lot of people in everyday life, if you were talking shit about something and then something happens to you, that's kind of how people use it now.
Okay, so you're basically saying that like karma is now being somewhat colloquialized and that people are using it maybe not in the way that it's originally intended. Because when I think of karma, I think of karmatic justice. I think of yin and I think of yang, that it has to be equally yoked. They have to be somewhat close or to the equivalent of what is taking place. Right. So if I was to think of something that was karmatic justice, I would say, you know, making a video where you're, you know, obviously laughing at other people's misfortunes and then in tandem having to answer for it and be held accountable in the way that you were wanting and advocating for that other person to be held accountable would be more karmatic justice than somebody who makes videos on other content creators online having their house burnt and their pets die.
No, that's, see, because I feel like you're diminishing it. No, it was someone who also made fun of someone else's death online. You're diminishing it. You know, this person was an actual human being that he went quick to Twitter to be so damn disrespectful to. Didn't even give people the time to mourn. Did not even do that at all.
You do also realize that Nick has personal encounters with Here for the Tea. Right.
All right. But
so his position when he's talking, don't get me wrong. I never said nothing about Here for the Tea because I don't like her. Right. So I never said a goddamn word. Whatever happens, happens. I'm carrying on with my life. So I didn't say a goddamn word, but I know that Nick did. Right now, whilst that's not something I would have chosen to do, I can also understand that he's coming from a place of emotion when he's talking about Here for the Tea because of their personal encounters. For you as like viewers, like this is like all up for public consumption, right? So when you're watching this take place, you're seeing it only from an outsider's perspective, but you've not seen the countless DMs, you've not seen the screaming on the phones, you've not seen any of the back end stuff. So his visceral reaction to me wasn't wild, but kind of what I expected.
Okay, but it still doesn't change the facts that one person died, right? We're looking
but
at
he didn't make a video sitting down and laughing about it. He was like, well, she's gone.
It doesn't matter. He was laughing about it.
How?
He doesn't have to make a video to be laughing.
How can you say that he was laughing?
He was making fun of somebody who died.
He didn't make fun of her. He basically said that she's gone. Like ding dong, the rich is dead or something along those lines.
We weren't laughing at them and their house being burnt down. So, I mean, we can use that same logic. If you
Not really, because I saw you laugh. You're speculating on whether Nick was laughing. I saw you actively laughing.
Yeah, but what were we laughing at?
I don't know.
I know. 6 out of the 8 times you never said. So.
Well, no, we said you admitted that we said 2 times. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
So okay, 6 out of the 8 times you never said anything.
Yeah, but you said that we never said, but you admit we said it 2 times.
No, I didn't say that I never. No, I didn't. I didn't say that you never said
that. You did. So yeah, this is recorded, y'all, so y'all can rewind. Yeah, you said that we explained it 2 times. And you were unsatisfied because you wanted 6 more times.
Yeah.
You don't remember saying that?
Yeah, no, I definitely said that. What you just said 2 seconds ago, I didn't say that. That you didn't say that. I never said that you didn't say that.
All right. Well, I think the fact that you want me to sit here and explain the 8 times to why I laughed is absolutely ridiculous because I felt like
thought we moved on
I think it's like apt for a stream that's like over an hour and a half long.
I'm just,
especially when you're watching like other videos in large context.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
here's what I think.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Here's what I want to say. I just feel like we were on a stream, we were watching, I explained. I literally, even if karma is not how I explained it, I literally narrated. I was walking in my home and I was like, did karma get them? Now people want to say, oh, well, that's not how karma works. That's fine. But I'm explaining to you on how I like went through it and thought, oh my gosh, did karma get them? I felt like, karma was like a person, like, oh my gosh, did karma get them? And even if that's not the case, I feel like you want me to sit here and be like, yes, I was laughing at them because I think that they deserve the karma that they got. When no, that's not what I said. It's not what I believe. So it's like, I can't sit here and give that today. I'm not going to give that today because that's not what happened.
Okay, let's move on then. So in about an hour and 9 minutes, you guys laugh at Dustin crime. So let's take a look it up.
To it through tonight. There's going to be a part 2 because we have to watch Dustin start crying about his. Okay, this is a traumatic experience. Okay,
let's click through.
Yeah.
But you can keep talking. Is this it? Is he?
Hold on.
Oh no, no.
I don't know if you've ever heard of skin gel, but it's essentially just this like it's a sponge. Sorry. It feels so good and it exfoliates your skin. It feels good. I had never heard of skin gel before, and freaking the best. And I want to thank Mermaid Hair or this maybe that we didn't get a package from someone, just a care package with cards saying how much they felt sorry for us and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't have to thank any of these people. Thank you guys so much for coming. So with all the like good stuff out of the way, I want to talk about the bad.
See, I'm waiting for the iPad. I'm waiting for this whole. Oh wait. This whole laugh right here, I am waiting for that iPad. I'm literally the whole key to me laugh. The whole moral of me laughing right now is I'm waiting for that iPad that's on his left-hand side. He's about to bring it out. And I felt that shit was funny as fuck. Okay? Because he was ready for it, ready for the tea time tweet. And I am just dying. That's literally my whole entire reason for even playing this goddamn video was because I wanted everyone to see him pull out that iPad and like, that was funny to me. Yes.
And let the manipulation play.
Right. Okay. So why was your co-host laughing if she's never seen the video before?
I'm here. My name is on the screen.
You don't
know why were you laughing?
Because he was being. I don't need to see the video to know what he's about to do. He's about to try to. I don't like using the word weaponize, but it's a manipulation tactic, in my opinion. Like, he can come on here right now and say it was not a manipulation tactic. He can say all he wants, but it's my opinion, and my opinion made me chuckle.
Exactly. Like, I felt like I'm waiting for the iPad to come out. Like, this isn't funny with the fire or anything. Like, I'm laughing because he's ready to get tea time. Like, this is funny. And this is the only, and I told you, Doka, before we even went on air and stuff, I had told her about this anyways. And I kept telling her it's coming. And that's what I'm referring to. I just thought the whole entire thing, not the house fire thing, not the, him being in the fire and all of that, but just after the fact.
Let's continue the video.
This house burning down.
Oh, he's gonna sue. In my opinion, you can do a little bit.
I feel like we live
more.
We're not enabled. They didn't work. None of us were why you think when you live, just never had any inclination to check them because you just assumed that they would.
He's talking about suing the people, the house, whatever.
Us begging them to get our cats will always be in the back of my mind. I feel so guilty. It sucks. Fighters. It's very important that many different things and you guys handle line for like imagine how somebody was coming on that. Typically, just look at other difference to me one way or the other because if you agree with what they say, you're basically
go back a little bit.
You're wishing death of difference to me.
No, they're not.
And I don't care if you like. They're going to be and all they do is look at other people's. Give these people the time of day because they're just leeches on society and all they do is look at other people's woes and they delight in that. But
Really? Because
we're gonna
that's
be
what you do. We
talking
gotta
now
okay. Run it
about
back a little bit. Sorry. Okay.
to talk
Okay.
about some trash. Now, typically,
Call
I would
some
not
trash.
give these people the time of day because they're just leeches on society, and all they do is look at other people's woes and they
Okay, so in this part of the video, you guys are gonna start talking about Dustin's upset with tea time, right? And I think that Udoku was kind of somewhat misled because the timeline just doesn't add up. So I'm going to explain that a little bit later, but you'll see.
they delight in that.
But they read you
but
like no
we're
other. They
Yeah.
read
talking
you.
now about some trash. And I don't care if you like what I'm going to say. It doesn't make no difference to me one way or the other because if you agree with what they say, you're basically wishing death upon me.
Are you kidding me? If we agreed with that, the video we just watched, we're wishing unalivement on you.
Okay, so the video is that you guys just watched was this video around here from Tea Time. It's called Nick Snider and Dustin Dailey, non-binary and trans comments. That video was initially posted on the 22nd of February, 2023. Dustin's original video, the one it is that you watch, that you're currently watching, is actually from the 14th of September, 2022. So that means that it was not in relation to this video at all. There's no way it could have been because he can't see the future.
Wait.
So you guys were just laughing again at the fact that Dustin said, if you agree with any of this, then you guys are wishing death upon me. And then Udoku said, what, based on that last video that we just watched? And then Blossom, you said, nodding your head as in to say yeah. And it can't have taken place like that because Tea Time's video was literally 3 months ago. And Dustin's original video was from 2022.
No, but doesn't he?
But he can't see the future.
No, but now I'm confused. But doesn't he? Doesn't Tea Time? There is a video where Tea Time talks about. Hold on. There's a video where Tea Time they talk about the tweet that they wrote, and we didn't watch that. This video is Nick Snider. Oh, this is So this was the video though of them. I think it was the transphobic tweets. I believe that's what the video was. I mean, sorry guys, this was also like a month ago. So, but
well, the video it is that you watched prior to watching Dustin's clip was this video: Nick Snider and Dustin Dailey, non-binary trans comments. This video was posted 3 months ago.
okay.
And Dustin's video, the original video, was posted in 2022.
Okay.
So his response is not in relation to this video because he can't have seen the future.
Okay, but did they talk shit about them though? Because I felt like they talked shit about them.
Regardless, it's redundant. It can't have been in relation to it.
Okay, but they still talk shit about them. I believe. Hold on. Because I've watched the videos and I've talked to Udoka prior to like what we're gonna talk about today. She gives me her opinions of what we're gonna talk about, and so I've talked to her about the Tea Time video of them addressing the tweets and this video. I believe. See, I don't know because it was a month ago, but I see the point you're trying to make here that, like, you know, we're reacting to something where they couldn't have seen the future. Obviously, they can't see the future, but they did talk. We pulled up, I want to say we pulled up maybe any video about Tea Time, I think, because in relation to Dustin and Nick. That's what I want to say.
Can I ask, though, Paige, do you happen to know what he is referring to when he says, if you agree with any of this? Do you know exactly what he's referring to?
He's referring to the tweet on the iPad that he's about to show.
Okay, the tweet about how unfortunate it is?
Yeah, that tweet. That's what he's saying, that if you're in agreement with that.
Okay, so I still kind of would have the same opinion. I don't think that's wishing death upon him, but I'm understanding how y'all are using karma, that word karma, what it means to y'all. So, well, I don't know why he would say wishing death upon him because he did not die.
and he was not about to die. But I understand that it's that word karma that was in that tweet that is the most upsetting, right?
Okay, you do know that in the video it is that you guys watched that Dustin does reference the fact that he's still suffering with his respiratory system due to smoke inhalation. You guys watched through that part, so I know that you guys have seen that. So when we're talking about he didn't die or wasn't about to die, he kind of was.
No, I feel like y'all are over exaggerating. Look, I was not there, okay? So I could definitely be wrong, but the impression I get is that he was not in the house. Like he did not die. He did not like go to the
He
hospital
was in the house
because he was near death.
Okay, so
Like obviously he got out of the house, right? Okay. So I don't see that as wishing death. If he was near death, if they resuscitated him, I get that. And if that's what happened, okay, fair.
Okay.
But if that's not what happened, then it's just a difference of opinion.
Okay.
All right. Well, for me, I just feel like we're nitpicking on the things that I laughed at when in reality, I'm sat here.
I'm nitpicking the timeline at this point. The laughing was throughout. That was just like the baseline of the video. I'm laughing that this situation here is about the timeline, how the timeline just simply doesn't add up.
Well, I don't agree with, okay, so the timeline doesn't add up.
It would just be better if you just said, oops, I, fucked up there.
Okay, well, the reality is that we watched, or I know that I watched a video of Tea Time of them talking about the tweet. And then I believe there was maybe another video, I don't know if it's in the same one, of them also talking about Nick's transphobic tweet. The reality is that I don't remember because it was a month ago. But what I can say is that I feel like we are nitpicking on, like, I've sat here for the last 40 minutes trying to explain to you that the reason of why I'm laughing. And instead of me explaining to you, it really comes down to whether you believe me or not. Because you're sitting, and I feel like I'm sitting here answering the same question.
You seem to be on the laughing side of things. So let's just remove the laughing altogether, right?
Okay, then
doesn't matter. Let's just take it out of the equation. So, 1 hour and 16 minutes. Let's go to that section here. 1 hour 16 minutes and 45. There we go. So at this point, it says here that Blossom said that they didn't even say names when they're talking when you're talking about the tweet it is that AXT Time made about Nick and Dustin and how you should just say it's unfortunate, right?
Yes.
You're saying that, like, if the boot fits kind of thing. So let's take a look at that.
I don't know. I'm sorry. That does not warrant this video. And I don't know.
And get this. They didn't even say names or anything. So that didn't warrant a video. There was no names.
Well, everybody knew who they're talking. I mean, you know what's funny? You don't have to say names. The people will just out themselves. They'll just out themselves. And, it's kind of interesting. Like, you felt that applied to you.
Okay, so you go on and talk about that for a while. So the point is that I'm trying to make here is that with Nick Snider's besties with testes tweet, it is that he made, he said, not the besties with testes trying to chime in as if anyone even remembered they existed since the puppet master checked out. Right? So the assumption, which was made by the community and at large, including myself at the time, was that he was talking about possibly AXT Time as well as Sam, aka Here for the Tea, right? However, he did not reference AXT Time. He did not say that that was who he was talking about. Yet we're holding him to a particular standard and not AXT Time. If we're going to say that, like, people know who the fuck you're talking about, let's keep it the same across the board.
Well, I get your point, but you don't get to correct me by saying that we all know who we're talking about. And I was like, okay, I agreed with that. So.
Yeah. But the point is that I'm trying to make here is that the duality of these two things is the same. Because when you're talking about it later on in the stream, you're talking about the besties with testes comment and how he's so transphobic, XYZ, but also you applied that it was it's tea time on a tweet that didn't directly reference them.
I understand that, Paige. And what I'm saying is that when I said no names, oh, well, they didn't say no names. One, I was being funny. But two, Udoka then said, well, we all know who we're talking about. And yeah, like we were just chilling, being funny. And we knew they were talking about tea time.
Okay, let's go to 1 hour and 20 minutes, 1 hour 20 and 25. Here we go. Yeah.
Session. Talk space.
Jen has lost
Or wait, better help.
everything, and you will never know what it's like to see someone get happy over a burnt up box of her cat's ashes. Like she literally crawled through this rubble to get her burnt.
And we feel sorry for this person, not for you.
Cremation Renee.
So you say
Jen is in the chat, and Jen, our video had nothing to do with you, and we know that it's your house, and we're very sorry about what happened to your house. That I don't think this has nothing to do with you. So I don't know why you assume. Well, I can understand why you would assume that, but I'm clarifying on here. It has nothing to do with you. All right, continue.
okay. I would say that it definitely would have something to do with her, considering she was always also living in that house. And if Dustin had not been able to use the keypad in order to get into her room, she would not be here with us today. So
I know, but you know what we're saying. You know what I mean? Like you're doing this thing where you like know what we're saying. We were talking about Nick and Dustin, okay? We like
so Nick and Dustin deserve what happened, but Jen doesn't. Because Jen's a better person, right?
But I didn't say that they deserved what happened. Yeah, exactly. I literally stopped the video and I said of why the reasons of what I'm laughing at. Now, if you don't believe me, that's on you. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like we're going through this whole thing, and at the beginning of the video,
you're refusing to listen to what we're saying and like take it in. You want to rewind. You keep rewinding or pretending like you're not understanding us.
No, I am understanding you. I just vehemently disagree.
That's okay. You can just say you disagree, but don't go backwards.
Well, then what was I supposed to come here and do? Like sit here and talk about the sky?
This is a conversation. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, girl. It's a conversation, but at a certain point, you agree to disagree, and you go to the next point, and you remember that we agreed to disagree on a certain point, right?
Yeah.
No, I will say one thing that I did disagree with is that I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, Dustin didn't almost die or any of that stuff, because I made it very clear from the beginning of this live stream. People in the chat, just watch the beginning of this live stream. I say it's a tragedy. And in that clip, I pause and I stop and I state the reasons of why I'm laughing at. Now, and I feel like, once again, I'm repeating myself, but it's like, if you believe me, you believe me. And if you don't, you don't. But it's like, I feel like we're sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, I'm repeating the same thing out of my mouth.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, all I've really got is one more where you're just like laughing at the fire and the images of the videos towards the end of the video. But, I don't really know what else there is to say here. As far as I'm concerned, if we're going to go in closing, I think that the timeline of events was skewed. Therefore, it gave Udoka a misleading message as to how this all transpired. I think that it's deplorable to laugh at somebody who's in this situation, regardless of what that person has done, said, or anything. I think that there is a line for me when it comes to who, should deserve to be in these kind of situations and who doesn't.
But have you been listening to me? I wasn't laughing at their tragedy.
Statement.
But okay. All right. Okay. It's our podcast, and I just want to say that we weren't laughing because I feel like you're literally just every single thing I said today. It just felt like
it's like there was no point in this discussion if you still are not comprehending what we're saying. Like, if you want to continue not understanding us, then what was the point? We understand you. We understand your viewpoints, but you are refusing to understand us. So that's why I asked in the beginning of this, what is your end goal? And you just said a conversation. You don't really necessarily have an end goal So maybe you don't really care to understand this either. If that's true, that's fine as well. But I just wanted all of us to be on the same page.
Okay.
All right. Well, any last words? Because I feel like we didn't get anywhere. Look, all I can say is that no, I don't think it's funny that they almost died in a home or their furry animals passed away. No, I don't think those things were funny. What I was laughing at was, and what I was ready for was Dustin picking up that iPad right next to him, showing out Tea Times tweets and what they said, and having that I gotcha moment. Now, if you don't believe
You
me,
laughed
then
on
it's
like
perfect.
2 other occasions outside of that.
Okay, that's fine. If, like I said, if you don't believe me, that's that. But I was
Yeah,
having
because
it.
we went through each occasion and explained what we were laughing at, and if you don't believe it, just say you don't believe it, right?
No, I don't believe it.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Cool.
But
Well, with that being said,
yeah,
thanks for
oh,
having me.
and
What were you
did he
saying
ever
something?
apologize for making fun of the dead girl or the dead person? All I know is that he was making fun that somebody died,
Who?
and then the house caught on fire. Nick, was it Nick or
Nick.
Dustin?
Nick. I don't
Yeah.
It
think
was
Dustin
next.
tweeted anything. Nick. No, he didn't apologize. No.
Right. So I don't know. Maybe it's the K word. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Well, I thank you, Paige, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks. I appreciate it too. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. I don't know what she wanted us to say. We've been saying the same thing over and over and over.
Xylee goes, did
If
you
you
apologize
it,
for calling Peepaw racist?
when did who called people racist ever? I think then he say, look, someone told me that he had a black man sit him down and explain to him what it is, but I never called him that. Blossom never called him that. Maybe he called himself that, but I need the receipts. Who called him racist ever? Post them.
Listen, there was a behind the scenes conversation, so I think it's really weird that you're asking me publicly, Xylee. Yeah, when he was younger. And if people is watching, the only reason why I'm laughing is because I never really talked about the actual video itself. And
It's the
yeah.
fact that you have to explain this, right? This was a tweet between you and Xylee. You said Xylee used to hang out with some racist people, and he somehow assumed it's him. Like he's the only person in life. Doesn't friends? Why are you acting like you're the only friend that she has in her life, that it has to be about you? I'm sorry, that man was ridiculous, okay? On a whole nother level, and then he rage quit somebody's podcast over it. I'm sorry, like, yo, that's your friend, get your friend, girl.
Well, anyways, I know that I personally talked to people behind the scenes. So, oh, there goes Ollie. But I feel like now people think we're just like god awful people, and it's really just not even the case. The case was that basically I stood my stance, and I felt like if I did something, I felt like I stated what I was supposed to state, like and what I
Wait,
wanted
Xylee
people
said
to
she's
know.
asking me. I
Yeah,
never said people was racist.
yeah. When did
Somebody, when
you
did I
call him
say that?
racist? I don't know.
I didn't even know who he was until he started
Oh,
talking.
oh, oh! In the comment section. Remember in the comment section?
I didn't say he was racist in the comment section either. I did not say that.
Mm,
Someone need to post the receipts, and I even screenshot my comments. Someone need to
mm,
post. I never said he was racist.
mm,
I was asking him, why would you assume if somebody said you have a racist friend, why would you assume you're the friend? I didn't say,
mm.
look, that's for him to answer. I don't know him. I literally do not know this man. So y'all need to show me when I call him racist. And I'm just saying, why are you reacting to that? What I need someone to explain that to me. I don't understand why he's reacting to something that doesn't apply to him. It's a beef between two women, and you insert yourself for what reason? Boo-hooing online for what?
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's move on. Um. Uh. Let's see. Calling someone said, Jaded Take said, calling it a tragedy doesn't absolve you from later calling it karma and laughing. But like, that's my thing. People don't get like why I was laughing. And it's like, it's either you believe me or you don't. So it's like, if you don't believe me, you're not going to get an apology out of me because that's not why I was laughing. So, yeah. But any last words, Udoka, before we end it? Udoka.
Okay, let me look at these. Any comments that we missed? I saw Nick was in here, with his transphobic tweet self, and then Jen was in here. I hope she heard. We're very sorry about her house. We know it's her house. The video was not about her. We've said over and over what exactly specifically we were laughing at. We said it in the video. We said it on Dave's live stream. We said it on this live stream. And none of these explanations involve Jen. So y'all need to stop bringing Jen into this. Why would you bring her into this?
Well,
it's not about her.
Well, they're blaming it to her. Well, Udoka, they're bringing her into it because it was her house that got on fire.
Oh, right. But now you making her feel like we're talking about her. We're not talking about her.
Right.
Why? Some people just love drama so much that you trying to, like that Peepaw man. People love drama so much that you trying to insert people. So we said again, we're very sorry to Jen Gerard. I have no idea if she's recovered, if she got her house insurance, whatever. But I hope all the great things for Jen. That's amazing. She took in 2 friends. That's amazing. Okay, so y'all need to just stop bringing Jen into this and worrying her head about some stupid shit. Is it not stupid shit? Who blocked Jen? We didn't block Jen. If you're on this channel and you want to talk about Twitter, refer to our joint Twitter. We did not block nobody on our joint Twitter, right and wrong with 2 G's. Okay.
No, I took Jen off only because I was like, this is not about her, and I'm not about to do this. I was like, no, this is not about her. I know it was her house with the fire. I was like, we're not about to do this because you already know who I was talking to. I didn't even know who Jen Gerard was. I had to Google her. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to, even though it was her house that burned down, we were talking about, our fixation was on Nick and Dustin. Okay. And she's I'm not doing it. So yeah, I took her off the chat.
So, okay, yeah, I think we said it, for the past few weeks, the story has remained the same. As predicted, Paige should not contribute anything interesting to this conversation. It's still the same thing.
But we thank her for for coming on.
We do.
Okay.
People think I'm mean, if you think I'm mean, then, you don't got to be my friend. But we appreciate her for, being sensible and coming on. We appreciate her for, having her timestamps and everything organized for the discussion that she wanted to have.
No, everyone's saying that we didn't want Jen's truth. And I was like, I'm sorry, but like, and I usually don't block people or anything. Right. Like
we know the truth.
And we never talked about her ever. So her house burn is very unfortunate. She didn't deserve that because she actually was housing 2 people, including their animals. Okay. Gerard, you want us to pay her next mortgage or what? I don't know. Let me see what else. Okay, but I think that's all. Isn't Dusty's and Nick's house? I'm sorry, Dustine's. Sorry. What did you tweet? What did you say? Anyway, that's all. I'm not trying to be shady. I thought somebody said that. Okay. Well, yeah, he said that Dustin. The only thing I disagreed with you on is that their lives, people did almost die. So I didn't want to cut you off there. But
okay. See, so let me apologize for that one. And then somebody said, "Oh, if you don't know about this situation, don't comment on it." So what is your careers? Aren't all of y'all addicted to these YouTubers talking about random shit?
Okay.
Who has to hold tea on anything?
Okay.
If I see Dustin Dailey is crying, I can watch the video and comment on it like anybody else.
Okay.
But I will apologize that she almost died. Well, even more reason to say I'm very sorry for everything, Jen.
All right.
And then
Well,
and then one of them saved her. Well, that's a +1 for you. I don't know which one saved her. One of them saved her. That's a +1 for them.
all right, guys. Well, I'm going to end this stream right here. Thank you guys for watching. I don't think you guys will like us more than you already did coming in. But, it is what it is. That's why we kind of, Udoka and I, we have two different personalities. That's why we're called, I'm Right, You're Wrong. So that's pretty much it.
And I want to apologize to Petty Paige earlier. She thought I was being mean when I said, who cares? I'm y'all saying I come off as mean. So Petty, I was not trying to be mean, Paige. It was annoying, but I didn't need to make you.
Well, I just kind of felt like it wasn't our podcast. You know what I mean? It felt like we were on her show type of thing. But anyways, I thank her for coming on. I appreciate her for coming on. And yeah.
And having receipts ready to go. Yes, organized.
Yeah, ready to go. But the whole laughing 8 times, I wanted to laugh so badly. I wanted to laugh so badly.
And that's laugh number 9.
I was dying. Shit. I was dying on the inside, and I was like, 8 times.
Yeah, the laugh occurred 8 times. And then she said we needed to explain ourselves at 8 different times. I don't know.
That was so. Anyways, this is why we can't do streams. Anyways, okay. Thank you guys for watching, and we will be streaming next Tuesday, I believe. Next Tuesday, at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time. Alrighty, guys. So.
All right. Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.